Hello, sports fans. This is the Bookmaker Podcast with Art Eftekhari, a.k.a. Mr. Bookmaker, your source for the sports betting industry 24/7. Sit back, relax, and listen as Mr. Bookmaker highlights what's happening right now in the world of sports. So, without further ado, here's your host, Art Eftekhari.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome back to another edition of the Bookmaker Podcast. I'm your host, Art Eftekhari. Glad you could join us. Before we get down to business, get to our website. You know the address, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. You know the deal. I want you to take your love of sports to the next level. Get to our website. Take a look at our Bookmaker Guide. It is there to help you. We got tips on how to register, bet, and withdraw. We got the links to all the best European, Asian, and United States friendly bookmaker sites. So get to our website as soon as you can, and let's get things started off with some A to Z sports betting lingo. What is our concept or word for today? It is G-Note. And what is a G-Note? It is a wager of 1,000 American dollars. So for those of you sports betting experts out there, get those G-Notes ready. And also keep listening to the Bookmaker Podcast. I got more odds to share with you today. And before I begin, I want to actually congratulate the winners of the 2017 Grey Cup. What a final that was, a 27-24 victory for the Toronto Argonauts over the Calgary Stampeders. Awesome game. Looking forward to watching more and more CFL next season. And as we get closer and closer to the 2018 World Cup in Russia, and remember, the World Cup draw is only a couple days away. By the time you listen to this, it probably will have been done already. But on that note, as we get closer to the World Cup in Russia, I'm in the mood to see what's going on in the top league of football in Russia. Let's see what's going on. And I am at bet365.com. It's been a while since I've been to Bet365, so good to be back. That's www.bet365.com. Let's check out the games that are taking place on Saturday, the 2nd of December. First, we got Dynamo Moscow playing against Rostov. The odds here show 17-10 for Dynamo Moscow, 15-8 for a draw, and also 15-8 for Rostov. Zenit St. Petersburg, who are actually second in the table right now with 33 points, will be playing against Ural. What are the odds here showing? 1-3 for Zenit St. Petersburg, 7-2 for a draw, 10-1 for Ural. Now the match I am looking most forward to checking out this weekend, Lokomotiv Moscow will be hosting Rubin Kazan. At the moment, Rubin Kazan are 12th in the table out of 16 teams, but Lokomotiv Moscow, top of the table with 39 points. This is a different season. It's basically always been CSKA Moscow, but at the moment, CSKA Moscow, or CSKA Moscow, are third with 32 points. So let's check out the odds for the game between Lokomotiv Moscow and Rubin Kazan. Basic odds here show 4-5 for Lokomotiv, 2-1 for a draw, 19-4 for Rubin Kazan. Of course, Rubin Kazan are big underdogs here. Click on the link here to see what other wagers you can place here. So when you click on this, maybe you see that the payout doesn't show too much for Lokomotiv Moscow, 4-5. Yes, they're heavily favored. But why don't you try and predict the correct score? Let's just say it's going to be 2-0. It sounds like a good score for Lokomotiv Moscow to win. I say 2-0. Payout here shows 6-1. Maybe you think it's going to be 3-0? Payout here shows 14-1. Or what about even 3-1? Maybe you're expecting Rubin Kazan to score. Payout here would show 20-1. So get to Bet365 as soon as you can. Place your wager here. Or maybe you're in the mood for draw no bet. The payout here would show 2-7 for Lokomotiv Moscow. And for Rubin Kazan for draw no bet, 5-2. So like I said, get to Bet365 as soon as you can. And before we continue, make sure you check out our website. The address, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. On our website, you have easy access to the Bookmaker 101 Basics. That includes steps on how to register, bet, and withdraw. Our Bookmaker Guide is available to download. Read through it at least 2 or 3 times. Remember, I want you to become an expert on this whole entire online sports betting process. And remember, we have betting strategies, tips. Don't forget about our A to Z sports betting lingo. Remember, you may not sound like an expert just yet, but keep on listening to the Bookmaker Podcast. Check out our website, and you'll be good to go. All right, continuing on now. You know what time it is? Time for the Week 13 National Football League odds. Let's see what's going on this weekend. And I am on sportsbetting.ag. That's www.sportsbetting.ag. And these games will be taking place on Sunday, the 3rd of December. First, you got the Detroit Lions on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens favored by 2.5. Moneyline shows positive 120 for the Lions, negative 140 for the Baltimore Ravens. The San Francisco 49ers will be on the road against the Chicago Bears. Not big news here. Bears favored by 3. Moneyline is actually turned off at the moment. But the thing worth pointing out here is that newly acquired 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo will be making his first start. And for the San Francisco 49ers, there's been a lot of pressing the reset button lately, so it's going to be interesting to see how this game turns out. Then you got the Minnesota Vikings on the road against the Atlanta Falcons. That surely will be a very exciting game. Falcons are favored by 3. As for the money line, positive 125 for the Vikings, negative 145 for the Atlanta Falcons. The Patriots, of course, the team that many people always want to pay attention to, on the road against the Buffalo Bills. Patriots favored by 8.5. Moneyline shows negative 405 for the Pats, positive 335 for the Bills. Next, the Kansas City Chiefs. They have been struggling lately. They started off really hot. Now they're on a 3-game losing streak. They will face the New York Jets in the Big Apple. Chiefs are favored by 3. Moneyline shows negative 172 for the Chiefs, positive 152 for the Jets. Next, if you are a fan of the Los Angeles Chargers, then this is a game that you are not looking forward to. Yes, they are playing the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are 0-11. Chargers are 5-6. Things have been turning around a bit. But like I just said, this is a game that Chargers fans are not looking forward to because nobody wants to lose to the team that is yet to win. The Browns are desperate. How is this one going to go? Well, the Chargers are favored by 13.5. As for the money line, negative 900 for the Chargers, positive 675 for the Browns. Usually in recent weeks, I've been saying that, maybe it's possible for the Browns to get that first win of the season. This time, I'm not so sure. Maybe they might pull it off. You just never know. The Carolina Panthers will be on the road against the New Orleans Saints. Excellent NFC South matchup there. 2 great quarterbacks going at it in Cam Newton and Drew Brees. Saints favored by 4.5. Moneyline shows positive 175 for the Panthers, negative 205 for the Saints. The Los Angeles Rams on the road against the Cardinals in the desert. Rams favored by 7. Moneyline shows negative 300 for the Rams, positive 250 for the Arizona Cardinals. The New York Giants will be on the road against the Oakland Raiders. Raiders favored by 9. Moneyline not available at the moment. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be facing the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay. That's a toss-up there. Buccaneers favored by 1.5 here, according to sportsbetting.ag. Moneyline not available yet. Texans on the road against the Titans. Titans favored by 7. Moneyline not ready just yet. Denver Broncos will be playing the Dolphins in Miami. Another toss-up here. Broncos favored by 1.5. Moneyline is turned off there too, so get to sportsbetting.ag as soon as you can to get this updated information so you can place your wager. As for the Sunday night game, this should be an exciting one. The Philadelphia Eagles on the road against the Seattle Seahawks. And we're looking at the standings here. Philadelphia Eagles 10-1 on a 9-game win streak. The Seahawks 7-4. Of course, it will be tough. The game will be in Seattle. Philadelphia favored by 5.5. Moneyline shows negative 240 for the Eagles, positive 200 for the Seattle Seahawks. And last but not least, Monday Night Football. The Steelers on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals. This could be an intriguing matchup here. Steelers 9-2. Bengals are on a 2-game win streak. They're 5-6. They do have a knack for giving trouble to the Steelers. But besides that, Steelers favored by 5.5. Moneyline shows negative 243 for the Steelers, positive 203 for the Cincinnati Bengals. So get to sportsbetting.ag as soon as you can. Get your G notes ready. Place your wager on your favorite National Football League team or place wagers on the teams you think are going to win. Should be exciting. And with that, everybody, it is time to wrap up this edition of the Bookmaker Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Really do appreciate the support. Get to our website as soon as you can, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. Remember, I want you to take your love of sports to the next level. I also want you to check out my blog when you get the chance. Scroll down on our webpage. You'll find it on the right side. It'll say Mr. Bookmaker Football Blog, soccer in parentheses, depending on where you are in the world. Check out my blog as soon as you can, and also show some support to our good friends, Patrick, who has his American sports blog, and Dan, who has the cricket blog. So like I said, get to our website as soon as you can. Keep on tuning in to the Bookmaker Podcast. Thank you for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time.
This has been the Bookmaker Podcast with Art Eftekhari, a.k.a. Mr. Bookmaker. Thanks for listening. If you haven't already, please show some love by subscribing to this podcast on iTunes or Stitcher. Till next time, this is Mr. Bookmaker over and out.